Taco casserole made with Fritos. The whole family's gonna love this one. Hey, thanks for coming back to Buzz Cooks. Today we're making a family classic. We're gonna take a couple of handfuls of Fritos, put them into our food processor, and we're gonna hit this until they're nice and light, like breadcrumbs. And once we have those done, we're going to add a quarter cup of butter that's melted and mix that up real well. What we're doing is making a crust for our taco casserole. So we'll pour that into our 8x10 baking dish. Spread it out nice and even. Flatten it down nice and tight. Then we're going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 22 to 25 minutes. And that's going to be our base. Next, we're going to work on our taco filling. Little pat of butter, frying pan, a few cloves of garlic. You know that I like to use the paste. Get that cooking. Add one diced up onion, white or yellow. Get that cooking. And I've got 1.5 jalapenos that I've taken the seeds out and cut up. I'll add that as well. And I've got 1 pound of 80/20 ground beef. And we'll get that in the frying pan and break that up and get that cooking. And while that's cooking, if you can please remember to like, share, subscribe. It really helps. And leave a comment if you can. Helps with the algorithms with YouTube. Really appreciate it. Next, we got 1 packet of your favorite taco seasoning. Mix that nice. And once the ground beef is pretty much cooked, we're going to make a little hole in the middle, let the grease get trapped in there, throw in a little paper towel, and get as much of that grease out of there as possible. We don't want that. Okay. So we've got an 8-ounce can of corn that I've drained. We'll put that in there. We've got 8 ounces of drained black beans. And then I've got 1 10-ounce can of Rotel sliced tomatoes. Mix that up well and let that simmer. And while that's simmering, we're going to get a Ziploc bag out. We're going to fill it with some more Fritos. Seal it. And if you've got a rolling pin, it helps. Just kind of mash it down. You don't want to crush it as fine as the crust that we used, but about half that size. And that's going to be for our topping. So then we're going to remove our taco mixture, put that into a mixing bowl, and you're going to let that cool for a few minutes. Then we're going to add half a packet of Sargento Mexican cheese, mix it up real good. Then we're going to layer that into our baking dish right on top of our crust. Get it nice and evenly layered out there. And once we have that layered out, we're going to use a potato masher to really pack it in nice and tight. Then we're going to take some of that leftover cheese, put a layer of cheese on, then a layer of those Fritos that we just crunched up. And then we're going to put another layer of the cheese on top of the Fritos. And we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes or until that top is nice and golden brown. Just like that. Let it sit for a few minutes to settle in. Slice it up and serve. The whole family's going to love this one. Trust me on this. Easy to make, not that expensive, and a home run hit. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next show.